There's a huge misconception of what healing is and who it's for. There's a lot of people who think, well, I'm not going through anything big or major or heavy or hard, no huge emotional heartbreaks or heart pain, so that's not me, and I don't need it. But I'm gonna kind of challenge that idea. What if you don't see the little things that are holding you back as a reason for healing? Meaning, if you came to this earth, you were born to parents who may have been going through their own personal issues, their own personal life experiences with lots of emotions, and you pick that up when you're born. Or you come into society or your neighborhood or your village, your tribe or whatever, and there is some generational beliefs, generational traditions that might feel restrictive or painful, or it might feel oppressive to you. And I mean, if you're a woman, most likely, right? There is insecurities that we don't think, oh, well, that's not a reason for healing. That's just how I am. But what if you can move past that? What if you can address the fears that are causing these insecurities, these disbeliefs, or even self-sabotage? What if what you're going through, even though it's not heavy or hard, it's just information now that needs to be reworked? Meaning, we came into this world, we're born to parents, we're born into a society or a country, and with it came a lot of programming, information. And with that programming and information, it molded our life and where we are today. But what if it's no longer serving you and where you want to go next, or what your soul is feeling that it is needing at this time? What if your soul wants you to go beyond the past and beyond what you were told to be, act, and represent? Maybe it's time to move forward and your soul's calling you, and so now you're feeling a little bit more agitated or not fulfilled, feeling like something's missing. And that in itself calls for healing. So it doesn't have to be, huge like trauma or PTSD. That's not the only reasons for healing. It could be that you're wondering why you procrastinate and you want to stop it. It could be you're wondering why you have all these ideas for things that you want to do and should do, but you don't follow through. It could be you want more out of life, relationship-wise, and you're not feeling connected to others or feeling like you belong, and that's a reason for healing. So next time you think it's those people need healing, but I don't, think about areas of your life where it's not fully working anymore. And then you get to sit with yourself, be with yourself, be quiet, and really examine what ideas, what beliefs, what programmings do I need to rework or maybe recreate anew. And that calls for reasons for healing. All right, welcome back to Slay and Shine, Inner Peace Soul Care. Let's talk about how 2025 started off with this air of revolution, thanks to the new moon in Aquarius, which is all about upheaval and revolution and taking down old structures, old programs that don't work anymore. And now we're entering into the full moon of Leo, which is all about looking at your heart's desire. What is it that you really desire? And putting those together, the revolution of this time, this year, setting the tone for revolution for 2025. Thank you, Aquarius and New Moon. But then now, Leo, what can you be passionate about? It's great that you agree with all the different issues and you're like, I don't agree with that. I agree with this and all. That's great to say and identify the parts of society, the world, the country, your life that you see you want to change. But now with Leo, it's actually taking self-leadership because the lion is a leader. So taking that self-leadership and taking action, right? It's time. So during this full moon of Leo, we might be feeling emotions or triggered into emotions as life does, and especially during a full moon when the veil between the worlds, the spirit realm and the physical realm, start to thin. And so we can feel and sense and have better intuition during this time. I recommend spending some time with yourself because you might be feeling some emotions coming up, some agitations, some triggers flaring up, and it's time to ask why. What are the passions? What is your heart really passionate about? Because if you're being triggered or offended or angered or saddened, it's usually a sign that your heart is wanting to be a part of the change, that revolution in that area. Because like for some people, you might not really care that the ocean is being poisoned and you don't eat fish. So that's not your thing. For some people, you might not really care that animals are being tested on or dogs are being used as meat and that's not your thing. And that's okay. I mean, you do care, but not to that passionate care. And so examine, where is your passionate care towards? Where is it directed towards? And how you know is because you start getting emotionally involved, triggered, offended, angered, saddened really quickly or deeply when you see issues come up. There's so many kinds of issues. There's just so many. And we're being called at this time to rise up and take our place, to stand in our place of where we will do the best work, meaning your soul was called and came to this planet at this time, this century, this part of history to do something. And you will know what it is based on how you're feeling. So sit with yourself. It's the full moon. That's what we do every month during the full moon, is sit with ourselves. I encourage that. Do the self-reflection like Kendrick Lamar suggested last night when he said turn off the TV. It's time for self-reflection. I know if you were totally aggravated by last night, the Super Bowl halftime, so many people on my Facebook feed are like have so many opinions and judgment and criticism. And do you ever look at how you reacted to something as simple and innocent as watching TV? I mean, if you didn't like something, you could just turn it off. Or did you rant and rave about it and judge and feel a little bit hateful or judgmental about why this person got to be the halftime show and how dare he? Or maybe you get to see that, hey, I don't understand what he's saying and I don't understand some of the symbolism. Let me do some research. And if you didn't feel that way, why? Why are we okay with not living like the Bible said, which is live with one another in understanding, but yet get mad at people for not believing in the Bible, but we don't follow it ourselves, right? So take some time to see how you're reacting to things and why. Go a little bit deeper. See why you're reacting to things and how you're reacting to things. That's really what matters, because we can't change the world without changing ourselves. And we can't really actually change the world. We can only change ourselves. And when we come together as a collective, everybody doing their part of healing themselves, healing their prejudices, their angers, their hurts, their offenses, their sadness, their, procrastination, whatever it is that you're going through. When you heal yourself, then you're actually adding healing to the world and adding connection to the world. And maybe what you need to heal is the inability to connect with others, not feeling like you're a part of society, not feeling like you're a part of the solution, not feeling like you're part of the collective, right? The collective human race. And it's time to heal that. And so, again, we're in the full moon of Leo. It's time to surrender to divine. So the full moon is that time of the month where the veil, again, is thinner. We can hear better from our higher selves, from the spirit realm, from our spirit guides, from Holy Spirit, from God, however you want to see it. And then we're also in Leo position of energy, which is don't let pride get in your way. Don't let pride get in your way. And let me reach down. I dropped it. And also, go wild. Go wild, right? I'm going to read a part of this. I'm using the cards from Yasmin Boland, the Moonology manifestation cards. There are times when your best bet in manifesting and in life is to throw all your cards up in the air, so to speak, and to see how they fall. As tempting as it might be to try to control a situation, you'll be better off now if you just release and go a little wild. You'll get an answer to your question soon, so you might as well enjoy the ride. Again, get in touch with your passion. The unexpected thing is that having fun is the most powerful way of manifesting your desires. Examine the emotions coming up, because often what you're afraid of is causing havoc, whereas the opposite of that is your passion, is your joy. And that's where we want to be, in the passion and the excitement and the joy, because that's and creativity begins. All right, friends, if you are new here, please consider joining my private podcast membership group, because with this, you'll also get the sound bath and journal prompt for this session. To become a member, it's $11 a month. It's only $11. You get your journal prompts sent to you, and you get to download that. So spend time with yourself. Don't be afraid. There's nothing wrong with hearing from your inner self, the spirit realm within you, and it'll actually help you see what in the past is no longer working and what you need to do to move forward and actually live more satisfied, more fulfilled. All right, to be a member, $11 a month. Text the word SLAY, SLAY, to the phone number 1-888-988-0662. Again, you'll get the full sound bath session for this Leo full moon. to examine, sit, and do your inner reflection to help guide you and shift you towards the life that your soul came to have. All right, peace. Much love, abundant bliss, abundant health and wealth and love and peace to you this week. And of course, be kind to yourself during the full moon. If you need a break because emotionally you're being triggered and stressed or anxiety is coming up, do that self-care. And if you're saying to yourself, I don't have time for self-care, I put everybody first before me, well, it's time to examine that too. That's something that also